Hey YouTubers, I'm Jacob and this is a how-to video for removing and cleaning a Ford ignition lock cylinder. This is on my 79 Bronco, and reasons you may want to remove and clean a lock cylinder is if your key becomes gritty or stuck, or if it's hard to turn the ignition switch. We actually have a bent key because sometimes it does bind up in there. So I'm going to be using my good key today to remove this. You also need a paper clip. First thing I'm going to do is disconnect the negative from the battery, and then I'll work on removing the ignition cylinder here. So I'm going to turn the key to accessory, insert this here, and then it should turn. Boom, there we go. It's turned over all the way, key won't come out. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is just blow it out, see if I can get any kind of loose debris out with the compressor before I spray any cleaner in here. Well, it was a little better, but something got back into place. So let's spray some cleaner in there. All right, make sure you're in a well-ventilated space when you use this. And I'm just going to start from back here and just spray. Still binding up, so I'm thinking if I take each of these springs out with each pin and carefully keep them in the correct order, I could clean them up and see if there's any burrs in there that are keeping this from operating smoothly, because you can see like it only occasionally wants to go where it should. It's like catching on something, some sort of burr. Pry this up very carefully. I very carefully removed it, and you can see on the back side all this gunk that's gotten into the springs. If you want to remove these and clean them, you got to be very careful and make sure you keep them in the right order. Otherwise, it's going to mess up the key pinning. This could be where all this gunk is jammed up in there and preventing it from binding up and turning properly. So you can take this out and clean it up. Now I'll remove these and keep them in the correct order. There were some metal shavings that came out. I hope I got them in the correct order. Okay, so there are shavings that came out with the pins, so That's a good thing. That may have been what was hanging these up, but I'm gonna clean these individually. I've already cleaned the springs, and then I'll put it back together. You do want the pointed ends to be facing down, then the ones at the dimpled top, that the spring fits around, are obviously on the top. I'm just gonna do some puffs of this in there. Much better. Really smoothing it out. Alright, now let's try the key that doesn't work as well. And now it's working better, even with that key. Alright, I'm going to turn this upside down because the pins are on the top side. And I'm just going to shoot one more of this in there. 2 little puffs. Oh yeah, it's starting to get buttery smooth here. That's what we're looking for. Even for the key that wasn't working as well, it's now functioning much better. It's amazing what that graphite lubricant will do. Alright, now it's ready to reinstall in the Bronco. In order to reinstall it, it needs to be in the same position as it was to remove it. So I'm going to turn the key to accessory, insert this here, and then it should turn. Boom, there we go. It's turned over all the way. Key won't come out, so now it's ready for inserting back into the ignition slot. All right, it functioned much better.